Hello students, welcome to the course on Basic Electronics Engineering and the course code is EC101. This is the course for BTech first semester CSE, IT and FT students and second semester EC students. Myself, Dr. Surojit Bosak, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Kolkata. And this is my official email address. In the last class, we have started to discuss on half-wave rectifier and calculated some necessary parameters also, like average or DC current voltage, RMS value of current and voltage, and calculated about ripple factor. So let us start lecture number 5 from the module 2, that is PN junction diode and its applications, with the topic of half-wave rectifier. And the lesson objective of this topic is study PN junction diode, ideal diode, diode models and its circuit analysis, application of diodes and special diodes. And this topic is mapped with CO number 1. So let us start lecture number 5 from the second module, that is PN junction diode and its applications, with the topic of half-wave rectifier. In the last class, we have discussed about we have started on half-wave rectifier. This was the circuit of half-wave rectifier, where if we apply an alternating input current or voltage, input voltage is like that, we will get the output current or output voltage only in the positive half cycle of the input signal. Because in the positive half cycle of the input signal, diode D is in forward bias, and in the negative half cycle of the input signal, diode D is in reverse bias. That is why we did not get any current or voltage. And after mathematical representation of this, we have calculated average or DC value of current and voltage, that is IDC and VDC. So IDC is actually Im by pi and VDC equal to Vm by pi. Similarly, we have determined IRMS and VRMS. IRMS equal to Im by 2 and VRMS equal to Vm by 2. That part already determined or already calculated in the previous class. We have also determined the ripple factor, which is basically 1.21 for half-wave rectifier. Now today we start for the calculation of rectification efficiency. What is efficiency? Efficiency, we know that it's any type of efficiency. That means for a system, it is just a output by input. But in our case now, which input should be applied? Is it the power at the primary winding, or is it the power at the secondary winding? Both are the input power, AC power. Now remember that for the calculation of rectification efficiency, we are applying the input AC power for as a primary winding. The primary winding power we are applying. The secondary winding power is also applied for the case for the calculation of transformer utilization factor, which will be calculated after the calculation of rectification efficiency. So, efficiency is defined as the ratio of output DC power to input AC power. So, output DC power is denoted as, say, PDC equal to IDC square into RL, and input AC power, which is denoted as PAC, which is, say, IRMS square into RS plus RF plus RL, where RL is the load resistance, RF is the forward resistance of the diode, and RS is the resistance of the secondary winding of the transformer. Therefore, efficiency is determined by, it is a ratio of PDC by PAC. So, it is a ratio of IDC square into RL, just putting the value of PDC and PAC. And in the denominator, IRMS square into RS plus RF plus RL. Now, substituting the value of IRMS and IDC, which are already calculated, that IDC is equal to Im by pi and IRMS is equal to Im by 2. So these two values, see, it is Im by pi whole square and IRMS square, that is Im by 2 whole square. So after putting this value, we get that efficiency equal to 4 by pi square RL by RS plus RF plus RL. So that is 0.405 RL by RS plus RF plus RL. So it is 40.5% if RS plus RF much less than RL. So RS plus RF means resistance of the secondary winding of the transformer, and RF means resistance of the forward resistance of the diode. So some of this resistance much less than RL. It is normally happening. So rectification efficiency of a half wave rectifier is 40.5%. Okay. Next, we calculate. We want to move for the calculation of transformer utilization factor. For the calculation of TUF, we are using basically secondary transformer, secondary winding of the power of the secondary winding of the transformer. So it is defined as the ratio of DC power delivered to the load to the AC rating of the transformer secondary. So TUF is equal to PDC is the DC power delivered to the load, and AC rating of the transformer secondary, that means PAC rated. So PDC is IDC square into RL by PAC rated, that means IRMS into VRMS rated. Now, since we know that IRMS is equal to Im by 2 and IDC is equal to Im by pi, and transformer rated RMS value VRMS rated equal to Im into RL by root 2. So after putting this, we can determine the TUF value, that is IDC value, that is Im by pi whole square into RL by Im by 2 into VRMS rated, that is Im into RL by root 2. So that will be 2 root 2 by pi square, that is 0.287. So transformer utilization factor for half wave rectifier is 0.287. Okay. Next, we move for the calculation of peak inverse voltage. Now, what is peak inverse voltage or PIV? The peak voltage developed across the diode under reverse bias condition is called the peak inverse voltage. So the voltage across the diode under forward bias condition is very small, say of the order of cut-in voltage. But under reverse bias condition, the total input voltage would appear across the diode and the maximum voltage is Vm in a half wave rectifier. Thus, PIV for half wave rectifier is Vm. Now, what is the significance of choosing PIV? Actually, PIV determines the maximum voltage across the diode in the circuit. The selection of the diode also depends on its PIV. The diode should be selected in such a way that its maximum rating should be more than that of PIV. Otherwise, the diode would break down and may be totally damaged. Thus, the maximum rating of a diode used in a rectifier circuit is given by its PIV. Clear? Okay. Next, we move for the calculation of regulation. What is regulation? The change of DC output voltage as a function of DC load current is called regulation. It can also be defined as the deviation of the voltage at a particular load current from the voltage with no load condition. So percentage regulation equal to VNL minus VFL by VFL into 100%, where VNL equal to no load voltage, VFL load voltage at a given current. Now, an ideal power supply should have 0% regulation. That is, its voltage should not vary with load current. For half wave rectifier, VNL equal to Vm by pi and VFL equal to Vm by pi minus IDC into RL plus RF. Therefore, the percentage regulation equal to VNL minus VFL by VFL equal to just putting the value of VNL and VFL, this expression, and we get the percentage of regulation. And after simplification it, Vm by pi is cancelled and we get the percentage of regulation equal to minus RL plus RF by RF. So this is the percentage of regulation. Then is two small term, one is form factor, another is peak factor. Form factor basically is the ratio of VRMS by VDC. That is the RMS value to the average value of the voltage for half wave rectifier. So after putting the VRMS and VDC, that is Vm by 2 and VDC is Vm by pi. So it is pi by 2, it is 1.57. And peak factor, it is the ratio of peak value to the RMS value of the voltage. That is Vm by VRMS. So Vm by VRMS, we know the value of VRMS, that is Vm by 2, and the peak factor for half wave rectifier is 2. Now, so this is all about the half wave rectifier, all the parameters, all necessary calculations. Now the question was, in case of ripple factor, ripple. In the last class we have discussed on ripple. So ripple means some unwanted AC signal present in the rectified output, which is called ripple. And we want to minimize the ripple so that we can get a pure DC waveform. Now how to get a pure DC waveform? This question naturally arises. Otherwise, why we use rectifier? So filtering is employed to reduce the ripple. Either RC filter or LC filter can be easily reduce the ripple. How? I am showing you. See the circuit diagram. Just a capacitor is placed in parallel. Then what happened? During the conducting period of the diode, in the positive half cycle, the capacitor will charge for the first quarter of the cycle. Here capacitor is being charged up to the maximum value, that is Vm. So the capacitor is charged until the maximum value Vm is reached. The maximum voltage is attained very quickly as there is no resistance in the charging path except diode forward resistance, which is negligible. Thus the capacitor voltage follows the input voltage. When the input voltage decreases from Vm, say at t equal to T1, the capacitor tries to discharge through RL exponentially with a time constant. Say the time constant is RL into C, that is the RC time constant. As it cannot discharge through the diode, since the diode is reverse bias, the capacitor holds the voltage Vm but the input voltage decreases from Vm. So the inside of the diode connected to the capacitor is at a higher voltage than P side of the diode, at which voltage is lower than Vm. The capacitor maintain a large voltage across RL, that is V0 is large. Since the capacitor discharging time constant is many times larger than charging time constant, so the capacitor discharges very slowly, and the charging and discharging process repeat during next positive and negative half cycle respectively, and the process continues for other cycles. So an output voltage waveform across the load as shown here, and this is like a DC waveform. It actually depends on the value of RL into C. Okay, so in that way we can get, by choosing the proper value of RL into C, RLC time constant tau, we can get a pure DC waveform, and we can reduce the ripple. Clear? Okay, so this is all about half wave rectifier. Next I move for a problem, and this type of problem is very popular and usually comes in the semester examination. The problem is like that: an AC supply of 200 volt is applied to a half wave rectifier circuit through a transformer of turn ratio 5:1. Determine maximum and RMS value of load voltage, maximum and RMS value of load current, PIV, power absorbed by the load, neglect diode resistance and resistance of the transformer secondary. So we are applying 200 volt AC, transformer ratio, turn ratio is 5:1 and load resistance is 500 ohm. So first calculate maximum and RMS value of load voltage. Then maximum and RMS value of load current. So how to solve the problem? Here N2 by N1 is 5. Now RMS primary voltage, which is multiplied by, see the here 200 volt, so which is multiplied by root 2, then it is 210 volt. So maximum primary voltage, root 2 multiplied by 200, which is 282.84. Maximum, sorry, it is RMS primary voltage, that is 200 volt. Here is a small printing mistake, it will be 200. Then maximum secondary voltage is turn ratio 282.84 by 1 by 5, which is 56.57 volt. Therefore, RMS value of secondary voltage is 1 by root 2 into 200 into 1 by 5, that is 40 by root 2, that is 28.28 volt. Thus, the maximum and RMS values of load voltage are 56.57 volt and 28.28 volt. And next is the maximum and RMS value of load current. Maximum load current ILM equal to 56.57 by 500. That is 113 milliampere. And RMS value of load current IL equal to 28.28 by 500. See here, maximum secondary voltage is 56.57 and 28.28. So it is divided by 500. Next is for the calculation of PIV. PIV calculation, maximum secondary voltage appears across the diode during the negative half cycle of the AC supply, when the diode becomes reverse bias and conducts no current. So peak inverse voltage is equal to maximum secondary voltage developed across the diode, which is basically 56.57. That is VM. This voltage 56 point maximum secondary voltage, which is basically PIV. Next is the power absorbed by the load. PL is equal to VL into IL. There VL is equal to 28.28 already we determined, and IL is equal to 56.5 milliampere. Therefore PL is equal to 28.28 into 56 milliampere. So it is multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. So it is 0.0565 watt. So it is 1.598 watt. So this type of problem usually comes in semester from the rectifier. So that's all about half wave rectifier. In the next class we start on full wave rectifier. So thank you so much. I am ending the today's session.